topic of Hollyweird, do I have the story for you? Okay, this is coming from a woman who's claiming to be the side piece of an actor who is publicly in a relationship, but he's telling her that it's not a real relationship and it's just for his public-facing persona. He's also telling her that he's 400 years old and is immortal. Before I get into the story, though, I have to read...
400 years, I think she means more like 80,000 years. And immortal sounds like things I've been talking about. Well, I'm going to let her finish her story, and I'm going to fill in the gaps like I think maybe only I can.
All that said, this woman writes me. She goes, hey, I have been seeing this actor since 2022. I have proof. Here's proof. She's in her like mid to late 20s. He's significantly older. He is also single at the time that they are meeting. Over the next couple years, they grow close. They're still talking all the time. They're still seeing each other all the time. He ends up telling her that he's falling in love with her. He also reveals personal details about himself, like that he struggles with depression and bipolar disorder.
I was on Prozac for a long time. Yep, I was on Prozac for a long time. And
the one thing, like people talk about depression all the time, the difference between depression and sadness is just, you know, from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore.
He is honest with her about his relationships. He tells her that he's been hooking up off the record with an A-list singer, we'll say. And said A-list singer is also a lot younger than him. And so the person who sent this story says, oh, I didn't know that she was interested in people like you. I never saw her date anybody like you. And he says, well, she's actually not the age that she says she is. She's a lot older.
One of your biggest fans, Ariana Grande, just made her film debut in
yes.
Wicked, and I want to know.
I haven't had a chance to see it yet, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to see it.
Amazing.
Well, she's just extraordinary. She's an extraordinary person.
Could we ever see her make a cameo in a Sonic film?
I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love to do anything with her. I'd love to do anything with her. She's fantastic, and I'm so happy for her.
Conversation is sort of where her relationship with him gets a little bit creepy because he starts telling her all sorts of things like, well, you know, a lot of people like me are not really our real ages like we say that we are. We're a lot older. I'm 400 years old. I've actually been a few other people in my life. As for example, I have been an old country singer that is no longer with us.
An old country singer that is no longer with us. You ever heard of country singer George Jones? Kind of looks like somebody. That's George Jones, and that's Jim Carrey, and me, myself, and Irene. Look at their butt chin in the exact same place. And just wait till I zoom out. Yeah. Oh, and look at their lips. You can hardly tell it's not the same person, because it is. Oh, and I recently discovered that Jim was also a young Wayne Newton. Do you see it even down to the hair foof and that butt chin? And even a pesky little scar right where that birthmark used to be on good old Wayne. See that hole? But on with the story.
Have been an old country singer that is no longer with us. And she says, well, that doesn't make sense because he was alive up until X year when you were also alive. And he says, yeah, well, in order to act human, we still have to play different roles. We have to kill off certain characters. At this point, she thinks he's messing with her. So she goes, so you're telling me you're not this person, you're telling me that you're this country singer? And he says, well, I'm kind of both in one, but I've also been other people. And he names another old actor who is no longer with us.
Another old actor, that's Dick York. Sure, that's not Jim. Good job on that one, John.
Old actor who is no longer with us. And he says, well, I'm also this person and this person who are currently still alive. And she says, well, that doesn't make sense because you have been in movies with this person and this person. He says, yeah, one of them was me and the other one was a clone. At this point...
Did you ever see my video talking about when Jim posted "No one knows me"? Well, I know you, Jim. I know you real well. And I want you to look at that nose and that nose. They're the same, right? Same nose, and that one is the same as that one. And well, there's Keanu. Same noses. And well, who's this? Probably Jim, right? So then this one's gonna be Jim as well. Oh wait, no, it's Keanu. Yet they're not clones, my friends. And I'm not sure if she's lying about clones or if he, even if this is a true story, lied to her about clones. But they want you to believe in clones to hide the fact that there's a bunch of fallen angels running around. Look, Jim's taller than Keanu. And here, they just switched roles. Oh, all of a sudden, Keanu's taller. Sometimes they play each other. Back to the story.
Doesn't make sense because you have been in movies with this person and this person. He says, yeah, one of them was me and the other one was a clone. At this point, she's hooked. She wants to know more, right? Because she's like, what is this guy going to reveal to me, whether he's lying to me or not, right? But she's like, I'm not really following. And he says, well, I can essentially shapeshift. I can become more than one person, but other people have to stand in for those roles.
All of a sudden, it went from clones to other people standing in for those roles, and that's what's actually going on. They can't even keep their lives straight. See, there is a Jim and there is a Keanu, and they play each other, but they're still shapeshifters, too. Back to the story.
Little more time goes on. She's slowed down on how much she's talking to him. Obviously, she's still kind of talking to him. Hasn't seen him in a minute. He's still trying to talk to her any chance he can. She's kind of keeping him at an arm's length, though. But then it comes out that he is in a public relationship. And so she's like, that's weird. You didn't tell me you were in a relationship. And she starts to call him out on it. And he says, that's not really a real relationship. It was essentially a PR move because there have been some other headlines about him coming out. And I can't really say much more than that.
And headlines like how the entire world was talking about how he looked so different, because that's not him. And how he just happened to form a new relationship just recently. Sure, she's not talking about Jim.
Relationship is essentially to distract people from those headlines. He said, I don't know if he's a narcissist who is lying to me and just seeing what he can get away with telling me and what I'll believe, or I don't know if there's any truth to this. But he also tells her that the whole idea of celebrities having clones, they do, but it's not because they've been cloned. It's just that they use them essentially as body doubles. Any of this, can't say that any of this is factual.
Like I said, I don't know if this story is true or if it's just contrived to tell us all the truth that I've been telling people for a long time now. But there's something she's off on. It's not 400 years, because they always tell us. Oh, and off on the clones thing as well. It's shapeshifters and it's masks and it's playing each other. That's why they look really bad, like bad plastic surgery sometimes, because that's not them, that's someone else playing them. There's no bad plastic surgery when you're unlimited access to money. Back to the 400 years, though. Here's Keanu, which is actually Jim playing Keanu in this instance, talking about a comic book he's making.
And I was talking to them, they were talking to me. I mean, I was like, they said, do you have any ideas? And I said, yeah, I have this idea, this guy who could punch through people's chests and rip their arms out. And, you know, who was born 80,000 years ago. And they kind of went,
yeah, the character, Berserker, looks looks just like you. Did you say make him look like me? Was that part of the directing?
Why?
okay.
Why?
But to be fair, I'm really right for the role.
You are. You sure
It's
are.
almost like typecasting. I'm like really right for it.
How mad would you?
Yeah, seeing some of the roles that Keanu has played. Of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I don't think there's a bunch of fallen angels running around getting us to worship them as false idols instead of our Heavenly Father. No, that's ridiculous. Entertainment only, people. Just like she definitely wasn't talking about Jim Carrey in this video. Have a lovely day.